The sea was calm that morning, a soft shade of silver under the rising sun. Mei leaned against the wooden rail of the ferry, her hair brushing lightly against the wind. Beside her, Long stood quietly, his hand resting near hers but not quite touching. There was no rush between them, only the quiet understanding of two souls who had finally found time to breathe. For months, their lives had been wrapped in work, filming, and schedules that never seemed to end. The cameras, the noise, the lights. It all faded now as the ferry carried them toward a small island off the coast. No one there knew their names. They weren't actors or celebrities. They were simply Long and Mei, two people on vacation. When they reached the shore, Mei laughed softly, taking off her shoes to feel the sand beneath her feet. "It's warm," she said, her voice filled with the innocence of someone tasting freedom again. Long smiled, watching her as if she were the sunlight itself. Their days on the island passed slowly, beautifully. In the mornings, they walked by the beach, leaving trails of footprints that disappeared with each wave. In the afternoons, they cooked together, simple meals of rice, vegetables, and laughter. Mei would hum old songs as Long tried to light the small stove, often failing, making her laugh even harder. At night, the world fell silent except for the sound of the sea. They would sit outside their small cottage, wrapped in the soft glow of lantern light. Mei would rest her head on Long's shoulder, while he traced patterns in the sand with his fingers. "This," he said one night, "feels like home." She looked up at him, her eyes gentle. "Because there's no pretending here." He nodded. For once, there was no script, no scene, no audience. Just the truth of two hearts at peace. One afternoon, it rained, not heavily, but softly, like the sky was breathing. Mei ran into the rain, her arms open, laughing as droplets danced on her hair. Long followed, catching her hand as they twirled slowly, the world blurring around them. It was a moment no camera would ever capture. Yet it became one of their most cherished memories. On their final day, they sat by the sea again. The waves whispered softly, as if promising to keep their secrets. Mei watched the horizon, her eyes reflecting both joy and longing. She asked. Long took her hand, holding it gently. "We will," he said, "because peace isn't just in the place. It's in the person you choose to share it with." The ferry horn sounded in the distance, calling them back to their world, to reality, to lights, to stories yet to be told. But this time, they weren't leaving empty. They carried the sea within them, the laughter, the quiet, the promise. As the island grew smaller behind them, Mei rested her head on Long's shoulder once more. He wrapped his arm around her, and together they watched the sun sink low, painting the sky in shades of gold and memory. Their vacation had ended, but something deeper had begun. A stillness that would stay with them long after the waves had gone silent.